What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy D Rhythm, and we back with another video. Today we got a special video that we want to go ahead and talk about. So let's go ahead and get right into it. In today's video, we want to go ahead and just talk about the different types of things, like just making sure that you're able to. We want to recap everything we just did today. You know what I'm saying? Because we was in the weight room getting some work in. You know what I'm saying? We worked on legs, and then we worked on. We did some squats, and then we did some tricep extensions, and then we did some chest pulls, and we did some planking, right? You know what I'm saying? We did a long plank, nice long plank for our core. So today we want to just talk about just proper supplementation, proper supplementing and just sustain, you know what I'm saying? And just nutrition. You know what I'm saying? It's just proper intake of nutrition that we want to talk about today. Like, because a lot of times, like, we can get into a workout, you know what I'm saying, and do what we do, and then just we don't match our workouts and we don't match our outputs with just like proper nutrition and just proper proper nutrition and proper sort of just replenishment and reciprocation of just of just output. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what a body needs to take, you know what I'm saying, for a body. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to talk about, right? And it's just like the process is just like when you output, you know what I'm saying, it's just being able to sort of replenish your body with what it needs, period. You know what I'm saying? And that sort of thing. So without we wanted to, with that being said, we want to talk about the different types of ways that to get into that sort of thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when you really talk about getting into that sort of thing, it's like when you look at it, it's just a matter of being able to just, you know what I'm saying, like take care of your body, you know what I'm saying, and it's just the maintenance, right? We want to start like just maintenance, and it's like how, sometimes like how some of the procedures I'm coming up with to maintain my body and stuff like that, but mostly just like the process we just did today, you know what I'm saying, like, because that's what we did, you know what I'm saying. We pulled up to the gym, we put in work, you know what I'm saying, and we took ourselves at home, you know what I'm saying, and we just went and make sure we got our proper nutrition, and then, you know what I'm saying, got to studying. So, yeah. So pretty much when we look at that, like, we look at the process of that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, make sure you're taking proper nutrition, right? Make sure you're having the proper steps to take care of your body, right? You know what I'm saying, in the different ways that it needs to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when you look at it, it's just like nutrition is such a big thing. You know, nutrition is medication at the end of the day. Point blank, period. Like, that's just what it is. It's medication. So it's just like proper supplementation and proper intake of just, of nutrition is, sustenance is important. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we really want to go into and talk about in this video today. So, when I think about like that sort of thing, it's just like, it's just like, are you able to sort of make sure that you're reciprocating your output, like for your body? You know what I'm saying? It's just, period. Because your body can sort of need certain things, and it's just like, you just got to make sure that you're giving your body the certain things that it needs. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's not even the only thing that we really wanted to talk about in this video. It's just the different types of ways that nutrition can be done without necessarily negating your process. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's go ahead and just talk about it. You know what I mean? And let's get into it. So, with nutrition and stuff like that, like, you know what I'm saying, there's different ways that you can package things to make sure you're getting all the nutrition you need. Like, one of the things that you can do to make sure that you're doing that is just, just following the coordinates of just like the way things can be packaged without necessarily, you know what I'm saying, negating, you know what I'm saying, from like, saying milkshakes, you know what I'm saying, because you got a lot of different coordinates that can go into foods, and a lot of different proteins, a lot of different vitamins, and a lot of different uh essential like minimum vitamins and minerals that can go into, different types of dishes, and it still give you the same sort of nutrition. That's what they say. But me, I'm a firm understander that, it ain't even about the vitamins that you intake and the minerals that you intake. It's also about, making sure that you get enough carbs, and it's even the packaging of it. Sometimes, like, you may need a burger, or you may need some actual food, to sustain and stuff after you work out, right? So certain things ain't gonna do you as much good, right? Maybe like if you're drinking like a milkshake or something, like, you're getting protein and stuff, but there's certain things you just not getting after a hard workout. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm not saying it's like every time, but like for the most part, you're gonna have to come back to, just eating real meal. I'll say, like, just make sure you're intaking real meals. So with that being said, that's just for the packaging stage of just the food and stuff like that, right? But what we really want to talk about is just like vitamin A, vitamin C, omega-3, and just, all the different types of vitamins, and minerals there are, and that ingredients have in them. And then just like using the right ingredients and packaging those ingredients at the right time to make sure that that you can intake the right food at the right time to bring about the biggest, effect, right? Because, in terms of just like what you're eating. And so like certain things that you could be eating, for instance, like, just the packaging of the foods. Like, you can package them in milkshakes, you can package them in smoothies, you can package them in soups, teas, whatever it may be, right? Or even you could package them in maybe even like tacos or lasagna, spaghetti, quesadilla, one of those type dishes, right? So like when you look at all the different ways you can package, foods, like, looking at it, it's just like, so it's just like, how can we take all of these different ingredients? How can we take all, that have all of these different types of nutritional values in them that help us to sustain our functioning, our health, right? In whatever way it may be, whether it's vitamin A or or whether it's vitamin A foods like carrots and potatoes and peppers and, and mangoes and things of that nature, right? Or whether it's vitamin C, which is things like broccoli and citrus fruits and, all the different types of vegetables, green vegetables and stuff like spinach and stuff. But also, see, and also the kicker, stuff like turmeric and ginger have vitamin C in it, right? And you got omega-3 as well, right? What else am I missing? Like, for vitamin C, like you got all the green stuff, and then you got, citrus fruits, you got blueberries and stuff that have vitamin C in it, and then you got your almonds, you got your omega-3, but you got your like almond milks and stuff like that, right? You got your chia seeds, you got your nuts and seeds and almond milk and, peanuts, peanut butter and chocolate. You got those type of foods and stuff, right? You don't forget your fatty acids and fish oils and stuff like that as well, right? And they all just got like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B in it, and potassium, which bananas, like in it, and they all got these all different things that overlap, and it's like, what should I, and it's all like sophisticated, right? You got, they got similar, some of the things having the same sort of vitamins in them, in a completely different, packaging, right? And it's just like, what ingredients do I use at what time, in order to really sustain myself at that moment, right? Because and it's just like, when you look at it, it's like some ingredients, they have the same thing in it, vitamin A in it, but it's just like they're just two totally different things, and it just got, it is just like, when do I use which? So when you look at that aspect of it, and then sort of take it for what it is, and then it's just like, how can I look at these things in packaging, right? So that's where you got your, like, just grouping, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to group things, like whether it's milkshakes, smoothies, teas, soups, noodles, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Or just like real actual just protein, like a burger. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that's actually important and necessary to eat. Like a burger, just make sure you're getting enough carbs and enough just like food in your body, period, right after a hard workout, right? And make sure you're getting hydration as well, is just important too. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I got to make sure I'm doing myself, right? And it's like all this stuff put together is important to make sure that you're getting the right amount of nutrition in your foods and stuff, right? And so, like, when you look at it like that, you take vitamin A, you know what I'm saying? You take vitamin A, and you or rather you take you take your nuts, peas, and chia seeds and things like this, right? And you take milkshakes, right? For instance, you know what I'm saying? It's like the packaging of the milkshake. Now, how can I group all these ingredients together? Because I know the benefits of it. I know the benefits of omega-3, and I know how it makes me feel when I take when I have chia seeds, right? And I have nuts or peanuts, and I have oatmeal and that sort of thing with the almond milk, right? Or the coconut milk, or whatever type of milk, right? Plant-based milk. And it's like, I know the benefits of it. I see what it does to my brain, how it improves functioning and things like that. So when I package this food together, in my oatmeal and stuff, like, I'm putting chia seeds in it. I'm putting peanuts or peanut butter in it. I'm putting might even throw some pumpkin seeds in it, right, which helps with brain functioning, which leads to the point of just like certain things can help brain functioning, but not in the same way. You know what I'm saying? Pumpkin seeds help brain functioning, but it's not like brain strength, but it's just like brain functioning. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like all the like a lot of things that have the same benefits, might not always hit the same. You know what I'm saying? They might not always work the same parts of the brain. You know what I'm saying? And they might not always work the same parts of what is benefiting. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like experimenting, and taking keynote of that. And then it's just like looking at, all these different things that can go into, say, I guess, for instance, just brain function in that way of peanuts and stuff, right? So you got your oatmeal, you got your chia seeds, you got your nuts, you got your walnuts maybe for some more omega-3 if you're looking to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got almond milk, maybe even chocolate, right? Or it's cocoa, or some cocoa milk or cocoa mix or cocoa whatever, right, that you're throwing in there. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you got your seeds, like pumpkin seeds, whatever, right? You may throw that in there. I don't know, shit. And then you got all these different types of oats and seeds and nuts, all the things that go in the oats, nuts, and seeds category, right? That you're throwing in this oatmeal, right? And along with the almond milk. And then you're throwing in, it's like you look at this dish right here, and you can see that all of these things in this dish right here conceptualize or create a perfectly formed dish to help with brain function. Period. Straight up, right? But now, like, from this aspect of it is just like, how do we take this dish right here, and how do we make it fit us? You know what I'm saying? Because what we just did was just create a whole big old just brain functioning dish, right? Or medication, right? We just made a whole just dish, brain functioning medication dish. So cool. But now, like, how do we make it fit us? So this is the part that we have to start putting in, like, different things, like, maybe strawberries, blueberries, or things like that have vitamins that help improve brain function in a specific way. You know what I'm saying? That we may need right at that specific time, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's where we create like real medicine and real supplication for our functioning, or our bodies, like, you know what I'm saying, or functioning. Because now we took a normal dish, you know what I'm saying, oatmeal. You know what I mean? And we took a normal dish, right? We took a dish just how it was in a normal packaging, and now we're throwing in and we're adding in different things in order to, you know what I'm saying, help fit us. you know what I mean, and help fit our functioning, right? You know, so now we created medicine, personalized medicine for us. So, no, that's the important thing to do, right? That's the important thing to do, right? You know, when you sort of do that, right? Like, that's the important thing to know, you know, and then just like when you can do that, you know what I mean? Now you can sort of now you can sort of create a process. You know, now you can sort of create a process of actually supplementing yourself the way you need to. You may be having some dysfunction in your body, man, that you just, you know what I mean? You just really trying to get rid of, man. You trying to do something about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Now you sort of can, right? You know what I'm saying? Now you can sort of handle some of these sort of like dysfunctions and stuff, right? You know, and beyond that, the other thing is now like, look, you got other packaging too, right? That you can sort of tackle and sort of make a difference in, right? You know what I'm saying? It's all in the packaging. It's got to fit into your daily schedule, and it's just like it's got to fit into like what you eat, because you don't want to overeat, you don't want to undereat. You know what I'm saying? It's got to have the right amount, and like all this sort of thing put together, right? So when you take that aspect of it, you know, you got other dishes that you can have too. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, when you look at it, just like you want to make sure you're taking some vitamin A, getting the right proper amount of vitamin A, right, for proper your brain and optic system, right? So, you know, like I said, you got your, you know what I'm saying? So you got your carrots, you got your tomatoes, you got your potatoes, you got your mangoes, you got your other stuff in here that got vitamin A in it. You know what I mean? And just like from these things that have vitamin A in it, you know what I mean? It's just making sure that you can create just sort of things that sort of have vitamin A in it, but as well as, you know what I'm saying, making sure you're taking the right foods at the right times. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can take different foods at the right, you know what I mean? A lot of things have vitamin A in it, but they may serve different functions because of the texture of the food itself, right? The food itself might not be what you need at that exact time, but it has vitamin A in it. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Taking the right thing and then putting it in the right packaging, right? And all these different vitamins can go in any type of packaging, whether it's a smoothie or a shake or like a dish, like a meal or whatever it may be. Like, they all can go into different processes, and you know what I'm saying? And then they all can go into all of these different sorts of, you know, types of dishes. So, or recipes and stuff. So, like, for seasoning, like sometimes like you may need vitamin A, but like you can get vitamin A off seasoning. Strictly seasoning, like, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of seasonings that you can use that have plenty of vitamin A in it. Period. I think cayenne is one of them things too that got a lot of vitamin A in it, if I'm not mistaken. Cayenne, and you know, ground thyme is good for fighting off free radicals. And I think it may or may not cross the blood-brain membrane function as well. So like it improves. So like it's one of the things that can improve memory, and brain functioning. I think I may be wrong about that, but I know it fights off free radicals. That's something that ground sage do, right? But I think thyme does it as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think. Ground thyme. Let me think. Ground thyme. I think that it does. I think it does both. No, it might be ginger. Ginger is the other one that does that. But anyway, so that's another thing as well that it does. So it's just like seasonings can have a lot of the vitamins that you need, right? And just putting those into like soups and other dishes will help you make sure you're getting vitamin A, vitamin C, and everything like that. But then it's just like packaging the recipe, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you're getting it in your recipe, right? The correct recipe that you get at the correct time, just like that oatmeal, you know what I'm saying? So the important thing to know about doing this sort of thing is just like, okay, so when we package these things, like how do we package these things? You know what I mean? Like how do we package these things to make sure we're feeding ourselves and feeding ourselves the right foods at the right time? Because that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to improve optic health, You know what I'm saying? We want to improve our brain functioning, our focus, clarity. We want to improve, you know what I'm saying, health. We want to be able to fight off free radicals and clear out our system from inflammation and other types of bacteria and stuff. You know what I mean? And improve our sort of motor systems, motor skills and stuff like that as well too, right? So, and just movement, period. And then so looking at all of these different types of things as well, like when you look at all these different types of things, so the important thing to note is that when you look at these different sorts of things, it's just like you got to be able to really sort of assess and see just the blueprint of it, right? There's different ways of packaging different foods that don't intercede or intercept your day. You know what I'm saying? And you can just do and to make sure that you can continue functioning. For once, putting things, so say, for instance, I want to put something in a tea, right? So when I put things in a tea, like make sure I'm getting vitamin C, vitamin A and everything, or certain ingredients in tea, you know what I'm saying? Like turmeric or ginger or even, you know what I'm saying? Turmeric or ginger, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing a black pepper in there and I'm creating a tea, maybe a lemonade tea, right? So I'm making a lemonade tea with ginger and turmeric in it, right? So now look at what I'm improving. I'm improving a bunch of different things, but it's not solving everything, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not solving anything. It's solving. It's helping with my optic health. It's helping with my brain functioning. It's helping with things like this, right? Clarity, right? It's helping with fight. It's fighting off free radicals, right? It's doing all these different things. It's crossing the blood-brain membrane to help improve memory and optic health, like I said. And it's doing all these different things, right, for me. But it's not doing everything for me, right? Because of the packaging, right? Because we packaged it in a tea, right? But it's doing everything it needs to do at that exact moment, right? And that's the important thing. Like when you package, that's the important thing is that the packaging of it is doing everything it needs at that moment, right? So now I'm taking in this and I'm getting the benefits of all this, right? But just like I said, right? Sometimes some things, man, is like you take on the packaging of it, right, which is good. And then it's just like you get the benefits of it, which is good. But then how do we personalize it to make that packaging fit you, right? You know what I'm saying? Which is the final step, you know, and however you do that is however you do that, right? Which may be throwing something in the actual recipe or just like having something to take with the recipe. Or just having something else to sort of, I guess, you know, something else, another way. So doing something else. So literally that's what it is, right? That's what's important, you know what I'm saying? And when you look at it like that, that's the sort of process we really want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? And what we really just wanted to dabble into and get into and really express in this video, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of different foods and ingredients that you can take that have a lot of those benefits that you need. The same benefits like vitamin A, like spinach and, you know, like we said, spinach and cabbage and, you know, celery and onions, green onions and what else? What is the thing of food called, man? And sort of collard greens and cauliflower and all of these different types of foods, right? Sweet peas and stuff, like, or peas, period. You know what I'm saying? And just like all of these foods in here have all these same ingredients. And what's that other one? Damn, I can't think of what it's called. I don't know why right now. But all of these different types of foods have all these different benefits. I think they have the same, you know what I'm saying? They all got the benefits in them, right? All these different types of foods and the packaging, and like they can all go into addition, have a huge effect on your terms of your health and taking care of that, right? And it's just like packaging that will have a huge effect, right? And it's like all of these ingredients, right, that you can sort of intake and put into your body that have all these different types of benefits to them. You know what I'm saying? You can sort of use them to sort of you can use them in order to improve some of the things you're dealing with, or you can use them to sort of just benefit your body in ways that, you know what I'm saying, you need to benefit them just by incorporating them in the process. And it's like the packaging of it, like by packaging it in a specific way, you know what I'm saying, that allows you to be able to intake them in the proper, sort of way. You know what I'm saying? Like from packaging, from just like being able to take them and just being able to say, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I mean? Like being able to take them and being able to use them in a specific way that's going to really help benefit you and benefit your health and deal with some of the things or the health things that, you know what I'm saying, that your body may be fighting off, you know what I'm saying, or your body may be sort of, in the process of just, that your body is sort of in the process of just, just in the midst of dealing with. So, that's the sort of thing, right? And it's just like, if they got like vitamin A in it or vitamin C in it, like, you know what I mean? Or whatever it may have in it, just sort of using them things, you know what I'm saying? And also packaging them right, like I said, that way you're not just throwing, you're not just eating a bunch of random stuff. But to put that in proper, I'll say this right before I say that. I'll say, before I say that, let me say, just putting it in a proper packaging, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be, like I said, some type of oatmeal or some type of shake, you know what I'm saying, that involve, you know what I'm saying, or that involves like those sort of ingredients and just whatever specific ingredients you grouping together, whether it's like, on that side, whether it's on the sides of like nuts and seeds and stuff, oats and stuff, or whether it's on the side of fruits, maybe like tomatoes, and carrots and those sort of dishes, those sorts of ingredients, those sorts of things, or if it's even on the green side with the broccoli and cauliflower and spinach and collard greens, and celery and those type of foods and stuff. Asparagus, you know what I'm saying, those type of ingredients, you know what I mean? And it's just like, if it's on that side of those ingredients as well, like, you know what I'm saying, and when you do sort of use those ingredients as well, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, from the different types of packaging and the different types of seasonings that might be a part of the process, it's just like, what are the different, you know what I'm saying, the packaging at the specific time, that you use them, right? Depending on your day, depending on just like what you do throughout your day, you know what I mean? If you just worked out, right, and you need to replenish and get some nutrition versus like, you know what I'm saying, you at a specific moment, what you usually eat and how much nutrition you need at that moment, whether what you need, maybe like a tea or something, or maybe something to wind down, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, maybe not even the beginning of the day, something that helps you sort of just, pack it all in and, you know what I'm saying, that helps you do that, something that helps you get up in the morning and get you going. And like I said, actual nutrition in terms of something that, you know what I'm saying, helps you to, or just that you use to fuel your body after a workout, right? You know what I'm saying? After a vigorous, after a workout, vigorous workout, right? So that is necessarily just, after a workout. But that's what we wanted to really just go ahead and talk about, and it's just like the different ways of packaging these different things, like a smoothie, for instance. Like look at all the different types of vitamin, different types of ingredients that have vitamin C in it that you can get from a smoothie, from your apples and oranges and pineapples and, even like berries and stuff that you can all throw in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Mango, all this stuff that you can throw in the mix to get the same benefit of vitamin C, right? You know what I mean? And it's like you get vitamin C from all these different things, cherries. So the vitamin C that you get from these ingredients, when you put them together in a smoothie, you know what I'm saying? And it's that you're highly packing packaging ingredients or a recipe in with vitamin C. But then it comes to the point to, like I said, like how do we personalize it to make sure that it's fitting you, right? Yeah, or you know what I'm saying, or us. And then for that instance, you could throw in or add some chia seeds in it, right? Maybe you throw in, add some chia seeds in that. Right now you're adding some omega-3 to that dish. You know what I'm saying? And now you got all this vitamin C, but now you personalized it and you added chia seeds to it, right? And now it's better for you, right? It's more personalized to you and what you specifically need at your moment, right? It's not just a smoothie with vitamin C in it, you know what I'm saying? The vitamin A in it, but it's now a smoothie that has, you know what I'm saying, vitamins. It's the same thing that has vitamin C in it, whatever says vitamin in it, but it also has what you need in it personally, right? You personalized it and you added like what you need in it. Now, you know what I'm saying, you taking this dish, right? You taking this smoothie, this recipe, and not only are you getting the benefits of it, but you getting, you know what I'm saying, everything what you personally need out of it. And that is, the important thing, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you're getting out of it, right, is the personalized version of it that fits particularly, you know what I'm saying, particularly yourself, right? That, you know what I'm saying, and particularly it helps you to be able to sort of function better, and it's what you need for your body personally, and that's the most important thing, and that's what we really want to look at, right? So on that note, I think I'm just about ready to conclude this video right here. I think we touched on all the points that we needed to touch on right in this video, but like I said, that's the important thing, personalizing these dishes to fit you personally, right? In whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? And lastly, just like, even if it's just like for a dish that you may need for bulking protein, because a lot of times, man, we could take dishes and these dishes don't always be exactly what we need personally. You know what I'm saying? It may be good, but may not be what our body specifically needs, and it may cause some dysfunctions within our own body. Like, it may cause our body to react in a way that we don't sort of want it to react, right? We don't like it to react, right? And it's just like, it may be good for other people, but it just ain't, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, let me put that better, right? It could be something that your body just doesn't react to well at that specific time that you intake it, regardless of what it is, right? And if that be the case, right, you want to be able to make sure that you're intaking the right thing at the right time that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, that won't cause your body to react, you know what I'm saying, unprecedentedly or in a way that you wouldn't want it to react to the food that you eat, right? And if that's the, you know what I'm saying, and if that's the case, then, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you want to make sure that you're eating the right recipe. You're taking the right recipe at the right time. Like, a lot of things can be good for you, but at the same time, it may have the vitamins and stuff you need in it, but it might not be at the right time. It might not be like the right packaging of food at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And it may cause your body to be at an imbalance, right? Because, you know what I'm saying? So the important thing to know to that, is to be able to eat the right foods, or just make sure you're monitoring your body and you're just, taking the right supplements at the right time, right? The right version of the right supplements at the right time, right? You know what I'm saying? Right packaging. That's why all these packagings of nutrition are important, right? That's why they're important. You know what I'm saying? They're important because if you don't have it like that, you could just take the wrong recipe, the wrong packaging at the wrong time, right? You know what I'm saying? You might just take it at the wrong time, and it may have all the same vitamins that you need and minerals that you need at the specific time, but it just be the wrong food at the wrong time. So that's why all these packages are important, right? That's why smoothies and shakes are important. That's why teas are important. That's why other things like this are important, so you can make sure you're getting those vitamins that you need, but at the same time that you're getting those vitamins, like you you're not overstepping you're not sort of negating or, you know what I'm saying, interproceeding your process. You know what I'm saying? And that's the important thing, not to intercede your process, but to go with the flow of your own process, still getting the same vitamins and minerals and essential that you need, you know what I'm saying, as you continue to produce and function. Peace, love, and you'll be out.